Come on, look for Voice of the People 96.1 from Abuja and anywhere in the world. Voila, we'll be in your speakers and you'll get to listen to us just like you want to. Don't forget as well, feel free to join the conversation. You can drop by sending us a WhatsApp message, WhatsApp voice note, WhatsApp call, SMS, or call us on either of the two numbers. You have 0808 312 8618. That is 0808 312 8618, or you can call on 0700 010 961 961 0700 010 961 961. Don't forget, all the lines can go, whether it's WhatsApp message, WhatsApp voice note. Either of the line will be top. Now, don't forget, you can also drop your comment on our YouTube page as well. And my job is to give voices to those messages. Okay, Jay, are you ready to rumble?
Yeah, very well.
Let's rumble, guys. Let's head out to the local scene. Okay, guys, let's begin from more basketball. We told you yesterday that our female and male under 18 teams have secured qualifying tickets, and this is how they did it. A Nigerian representative at the FIBA under 18 Afro basketball in South Africa, Junior Tigers secured a qualifying ticket with the second round victory against Uganda 72-61. The Junior Tigers are coached by Fubara Onyanabo. We hear the FIBA under 18 Afro basketball tipped off on Sunday, September the 1st. I will run off on the September the 14th in that one. We told you earlier, if you followed the show, that of course the old ladies, talking about the girls who picked up the quarterfinals tickets as well as one of the best third place team. They will now face Egypt. That game is for today in Pretoria. Our girls and our boys are soaring high. Mr. J.
Yeah, very nice one. This and is the kind of spirit we want to see in each of our sports. When you are there, you remember that you have a great opportunity. It's a privilege for you to be donning your Nigerian cloth, and then you have to be very, very patriotic. And if you are doing that and you are succeeding, I think you are making the nation proud, but you are not also left out of the pride. You understand?
Absolutely.
They are making a good name for themselves, and a name and a moment.
Despite all the odds, arriving very late, not getting visas.
That is why I bring in.
They are doing a solid performance.
I bring in patriotism. They want to. They are fighting for their nation. You understand? They remember.
Or maybe for themselves.
The country
to get greener pastures out.
And by doing that, they are creating a good path for themselves.
Absolutely. Let's keep moving. This time, football. We heard that a certain Jose Pesero, has been invited to the upcoming African Coaches Symposium that will take place in Ivory Coast. Portuguese Gaffer led Nigeria to the finals of the AFCON 2023 after the losing 2-1 to the host country, Côte d'Ivoire. The Continental Football Apex body on Tuesday listed Pesero among the panelists selected to attend the two-day event. The 11th of Ivory Coast coach MS Faiz is also on the list. Not less than 50 coaches from CAF member association are also expected to be in attendance. The focus of the symposium will be on the performance of each national team that participated at last AFCON. CAF President Patrick Bosepe and the President of the Federation of the Ivorian Football, Yesin Idris Diallo, are also expected to open the event. More stories we hear. Former Super Eagles striker Benedict Akwebu has been offered a temporary staffing bank with National Health Service by the recruitment team of the Central and Northwest London. Akwebu is expected to work with the nurses and other professionals on the hospital mental health and related patients. Also, on the top achievers at the Aglaeruski University London, he was awarded with student ambassador to support new and existing students and to encourage prospective students to become part of the community. The university, on their part, have found him worthy of continuing his education and gave him admission to further his master's degree. He will start the master's degree next week. That's one man who did one on the pitch as a footballer and is now doing off the pitch, doing so well even after football. Talking about Benedict Akwebu.
Very nice one. Very good one. When you hear this kind of news about Nigerians, you can't but feel happy. You understand? And I think
winning everywhere.
When you are doing well for yourself, I think the major benefit goes to you yourself first, because
I think this will be an example of other athletes or footballers to think about life after football.
Exactly.
You may not become play football forever, and you may not want to stay in the footballing fair or the sporting fair. You don't want to be a coach. You could go ahead and do your masters.
Go and do something
different.
Yes, and he's going into
education.
Well, that's where he sees.
That's his love. Second
build
love.
Another future. Yeah,
absolutely.
For himself and. It's quite a good one.
Kudos to Benedict Akwebu. Now let's go to, of course, the major talking point. It has to be, of course, the Super Eagles of Nigeria. A lot of questions asked about a certain Austin Kerezo Eguavoen. First of all, we hear the Super Eagles of Nigeria are back in the country. Yes, they're back after a goalless draw with Rwanda in the 2025 AFCON qualifier at the refurbished Amahoro Stadium in Kigali on Tuesday. The team touched down the Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport in Abuja in the early hours of Wednesday. The Eagles will now confront the Mediterranean Knights of Libya at the Gospel Akpabio Stadium in Uyo mid-October, and of course, the return leg days later in Tripoli. The boys have arrived. We talked about that yesterday on the show, just after the game, but they've arrived. They looked a bit happy. But before we...
Sports Bishop, I can't just wait. When are we going to be having the games played in October. The National Stadium
in Abuja?
Abuja. I can't wait to go and have that feel in the stadium.
The last time we had that feeling, we don't have it ended.
No.
Anyway, guys, we hear that, of course, that the Nigerian Football Federation and the Ministry of Sport Development are working hand in hand to making sure that the substantive coach who lead the Super Eagles in subsequent African Nations Cup and World Cup is announced soon. The NFF has had to resort to drafting the technical director Oseni Eguavoen as interim coach who led the Super Eagles to a win
and a
draw in the first two AFCON 2025 qualifying games after effort to get Bruno Labbadia as replacement of Finidi George as Eagles coach failed. Despite Nigeria being on top of the table with 4 points from 2 games, the Federation and the Ministry have not relented in their search for a substantive coach. That's what, according to the Minister of Sport Development, about Senator John Owen Eno, speaking on Wednesday, he said, "We have promised Nigeria about getting a tank team for the Super Eagles. Unfortunately, Nigeria will not be able to know enough with the back and forth that goes behind the scene. I personally got briefing about what is going on, and they told me that we have to play our first 2 African Nations qualifying match without a substantive coach, but with an interim coach in the person of Oseni Eguavoen. But it gives us positive results." It gave us a positive report. Yeah. Thank God the first match took place in Uyo, got a result we have wanted, and the other game also was a draw. With little more time, we are going to sort out all that we couldn't sort out about the Super Eagles. For the NFF President Ibrahim Gusau, he reviewed that the Federation is working assiduously to getting a substantive coach for the Eagles. In his word, "We are working on it," he responded when asked about the Federation's effort in getting a substantive coach for the 3 times African champions. Meanwhile, Austin is not sure if he's still going to be occupying the position when the Super Eagles face Libya in the 2-legged games home away at the African Cup of Nations qualifier against Libya in October. Before I want you to react to this, let's first of all listen to Austin Kerezo Eguavoen. He said, there was news that emanated late last night that a certain Kerezo, they were quoting one of his words from his presser where he said that, he's done with his mandate. He now has to go back to go back and then discuss with it. And so some people came out with the news that he has quit the Super Eagles, but the interim manager has said he's still in charge of Super Eagles, labeling the report as fake news. Let's hear from Austin Eguavoen speaking after he arrived, when he's talking about when he mentioned that the news. He said the news, according to him, was fake news. And let's hear from Austin Eguavoen speak about that, and then when we come back, I'll get your 2 cents. Talking about you. Mr. J, what you have to think about that. This is Austin Eguavoen speaking.
What can you say about this? Well, it's quite unfortunate that people just trigger something that's not correct. The situation we're in now, we don't need negative stories. I only talked about I'm going to sit down with the hierarchy of the federation after these 2 games, and then we'll see how we'll go about the prosecuting the next games. But when I saw that story, I was kind of really worried. I'm concerned. Whatever people are reading out there is not correct. I'm still very much in charge. I'm the technical director of the Nigerian Football Federation, saddled with responsibilities of taking the Super Eagles at this moment, and that's where we are. Thank you very much, Coach. My pleasure.
He also spoke about the game yesterday. What he said a lot about the game and how he felt the boys could have done better. Let's hear from Austin Eguavoen.
Yeah, it was an impressive performance. I know we came here with a game plan, not for a draw, to get maximum points, which is 3. Unfortunately, we didn't get it. The Rwandese, they respect us a lot. We do as well. And if you look at the game in an open play, they possess the ball very well, but in their half. And the way we structured was to find gaps behind them and try to go for goals. In an open play, I think we dominated it a little bit, and then we created chances. And I've always told our boys, that goal is always strength. When you score goal, you're going to open up. We had a couple of open chances that we could have buried. So even at that, we still got stuck in the game. And general assessment, I would say I'm impressed, because Nigerian African football has really, really developed. Although the Rwandese, they were jubilating after the game, which means they felt we should have lost the game. But however, we lost a couple of chances. They didn't get any clear-cut chance. We scored a goal. Everybody in the world in that stadium knew it was a goal. Only one person thought otherwise, which is the referee. But it's quite unfortunate. But getting the draw far away from home, I don't think it's a bad result at all.
Jay, you heard him clearly. What do you think about what he had to say?
Everything he has said, I think, is quite...
You think it's spot on?
Is spot on. You understand? Because they had a game plan. And if you... like yesterday, if you are watching that game, you know that, yes, these guys are ready. We are ready for the 3 points and not to concede a goal. Quite right.
He kind of blamed the referee indirectly for not giving that goal.
Yeah,
he blamed the players for poor finishing, and also gave kudos to the goalkeeper of the Rwanda national team.
That is just it. He has said it, because he said even everyone there in the stadium yesterday and in the world knows that we've scored a goal, but except one person, which is the referee, that sees it otherwise, and he has the final say as far as that game is concerned, and he ruled it against us. But the boys, they gave their all at least to get a win, and they couldn't come to be. So we take what we were able to get, and it's fine.
Okay, we'll see how that one pans out for Nigeria. But also speaking about the game as well, was the captain of the team, a certain William Troost Ekong. He was quite, boisterous in his own opinion, and he said a lot. Let's hear from William Troost Ekong what he had to say about the game yesterday.
I'm proud of the team. I think it wasn't an easy game. To come away, to play games away is always harder than playing at home. Not the best conditions from the pitch, maybe some of the decisions were questionable. But I think we put on a good performance. We created a lot of chances, and I think a different day we could have scored 2, 3, maybe 4 goals. So I think we have to look at that objectively and say that was positive. And to come here with 4 points now from the first 2 games, I think we should be happy with that.
You heard him, Jay. Almost re-echoing what Eguavoen was saying.
We should be happy with that, because
we should be happy with a draw against Rwanda.
No, have you beaten Rwanda before?
Oh yes, we have. But
lately,
after all, we beat what said before us.
No, I think it's a performance to be proud of. It's just that the result didn't just go their way, and they played according to their game plan. And just like we said, the coach has said everything, and he also re-echoed it. This is exactly what this is exactly what I saw. Okay, you understand?
You saw a good game.
I saw a good game,
good
performance. Okay, that it's just the result that didn't go their way.
Okay,
so I think if they continue like this, I think other teams should be scared, and should be scared of playing us.
Before I come back to Oseni Eguavoen and whether he should, because we talked about that more. Now the NFF is saying they look for a substantive coach, going back to the whole circle over again. But let's hear from, of course, the General Secretary of the NFF, Sanusi Mohammed. This is what he had to say about the game yesterday.
I think we played well.
The match has been played and it ended in a draw. That was destiny from God. But for those who are opportunity to have watched the match, we know that the team has played very well. We were just unfortunate. We would have scored 4 goals. As I said, it's a destiny from God. We have put that at the back of our mind, and now we are looking ahead of the other matches we have. I must say that there is no team that is an underdog. If you have watched what is happening in this AFCON competition, you know that there is no team that is an underdog.
Are you impressed?
Sanusi says there is no underdog.
I quite agree with him on that.
I still don't agree. I think there's 2 minutes in football. If San Marino was celebrating their second victory in over 2 decades,
about Rwanda,
over 140 games,
Rwanda is a side that we've been finding it.
But we've beaten them. No, we've not found difficult with Rwanda. No, let's go back to the history book. It's not that bad. But not that bad.
It's like you've forgotten where we are coming from.
Where are we coming from? In January, we're the final of the African Cup of Nations.
And then coaching Buhaha. Thereafter, our World Cup qualification.
Okay. So what do you think about Eguavoen? A substantive coach against NFF ministry. Should they let this to rest and give Eguavoen the job full time and really focus on the team? Because for the past how many months, Freddy just got resigned. Months came and gone. No replacement. You got Labadia, few days to a qualifier. He turned you down. And now Eguavoen has stepped in days, got a win, got a draw. Great start for Nigeria, the African Cup of Nations. We're top of the table. We know we need to win only 2 more games to qualify, and we've got 2 home games. And all of a sudden, they'll be telling us they're still looking for a substantive coach. Can we really afford a grade A coach? I don't think we can. The best next thing is Eguavoen because he's been there for a long time. And he has proven it.
See, Sports Bishop, I've got to be very, very realistic now. And I have to draw my reality from the past. I won't rush to say they should give Eguavoen the coach, but I am happy for what.
But at least keep him in charge.
Hold on, I'm happy for what has happened.
Okay.
Now. Eguavoen has shown that yes, he can step into the shoe.
That's the job of a technical director.
Exactly. And with what he has done, if NFF is going to give us a coach now, it should be a coach that is better than Eguavoen.
Don't forget.
Else,
let me take you back.
Else, hold on.
Okay.
Else, they should leave Eguavoen and give him all the necessary support that they give.
Where is the better coach? Where is the better coach? Because I know you have Renard, you can't afford him. It's obvious you can't afford him. But Labadia did not join.
You don't know. Maybe they are going to afford him because if you listen to me, I say with what we have seen now, the recent development, Eguavoen stepped in. He won 1 game and drew 1 game.
Absolutely.
Away, giving us 4 points out of 6. If the field is not capable to be at the helm, they should give us someone. The person that is going to come must be better than Eguavoen. Else, they should leave Eguavoen and give him the necessary support that they want to give.
Who is better? Who's the better name right now on the air? Who's better player?
There are so many of them.
Like
Mourinho.
Anyway, guys, be part of the show is 0808 312 8618 0808 312 8618 or 0700 010 961 961 0700 010 961 961. Let's make sense of all this issue with Eguavoen staying. He's still the coach, listen, interim basis, and the NFF and the ministry saying they want a new substantive coach. Come on, let's make sense of all this whole issue. What do you think about this whole issue? And of course, your take on, of course, the performance of Nigeria yesterday. The coaches are saying they played so well, they were just wasteful. Eguavoen blamed the goalkeeper of Rwanda, his players, and the referee. Other people are saying they were unfortunate. Some say they had to have scored. So talk to me. Send us a WhatsApp message, a WhatsApp voice note, a WhatsApp call, SMS, or call us on these 2 numbers, and we will be part of the show. Before we leave the Super Eagles, let's let you know, of course, that after leading the Mavubis to a well-deserved draw against the Super Eagles, coach Tristan Frank Spittler has hinted about his retirement. The Rwandan team had held Nigeria to goalless draw in the second game at the 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifier in Kigali. The German coach current deal expires in 2 months, and sources indicate that no talks over extending his stay has happened yet, leaving his future on the Mavubi's touchline in the air. After my current contract in November, I'm heading into retirement, Spittler jokingly told the press after Rwanda's goalless draw with Nigeria at the Hamaro Stadium on Tuesday. And for Ghana Raw, his team were on fire. They came back from a goal down to beat Libya by 2-1. They were
the same way they did to Super Eagles.
Absolutely. In the same stadium in Abidjan. They went down to a goal by Faisal Al-Badri in the 9th minute, but 5 minutes into the second half, it was that man, Steve Mounier, who equalized. And then in the second minute, it was Junior Lainton who scored a penalty to ensure that they won that game by 2-1. Now, what it means is Super Eagles on top of the table with 4 points, Benin second with 3 points, Rwanda 2 points, and of course, finally, the guys from Tripoli, Libya, they've got just 1 point to show for it, guys. So, the Republic General is cooking. He said that he's not scared. Everybody will get beaten in Nigeria.
And if you look at the way he was lifted up by the players yesterday, you could see that union, the unity
around the
synergy
team,
and everything.
Yeah,
I think it's really cooking something fantastic with the Beninoan side. For him to have done what he has done, this is not his adopted ground, and he's been able to win 2 crucial games for the
in Abidjan.
In Abidjan, so I think it's a very nice one, and he deserves all the accolade that is being poured on him.
We'll wait and see what kind of accolade he'll get, but we know this is the full result of game played in the African Cup of Nations qualifier. Yesterday we saw Botswana Let's start from the first game where we saw Rwanda play the goalless draw with Nigeria, South Sudan 2, South Africa 3, Swatini 0, Mali 1, Mozambique 2, Guinea-Bissau 1, Gabon beat Central African Republic with 2 goals to 0, Guinea 1, Tanzania 2, Namibia 1, Kenya 2, Zimbabwe played the goalless draw with Cameroon, Botswana lost 4-0 to Egypt at home, Liberia was spanked by Algeria by 3 goals to 0, Cape Verde 2, Mauritania 0, Benin 2, Libya 1, Zambia 3, Sierra Leone 2, Burkina Faso 3, Malawi 1, and Chad were beaten by Ivory Coast by 2 goals to 0. And of course, in women football, we can let you know that, of course, the Akwa Ibom State government has rewarded Ibom Angels with 20 million naira for securing promotion to the Nigerian Women Football League. Governor Omo Unoeno, who made the announcement today, was also donated a coaster bus following their promotion to the Nigerian Women Top Flight Football. Coach Edwin Okon thought Angels defeated Oshun Bay by 2 goals to 0 in the NFF Championship promotional playoff at the UJ Spence Stadium in Calabar on Saturday. Let's listen to Coach Edwin Okon. He was speaking about what it means to qualify. Don't forget, he used to play in the NWFL. He went down to the NWFL Championship and brought a team up. Same with a certain Laidi Bashiru of Honey Badgers. For the first time in the history of Benue, their female team were playing the NWFL Honey Badgers after beating, of course, Pelican Stars of Calabar by 1 goal to 0. Caught that goal by Daniela Helene in the early in the second. But first of all, let's hear from Edwin Okon, the big coach, and let's hear what he had to say about his team and their performance in the last game.
Almighty God, because it's not been easy, and we were putting his trust in God in the last issue. That is what we've seen in the legend. Like I said, that from the commissioner, I moved from church to church to pray. We will not relax. This is when the journey starts. We know that without him, God, we wouldn't have been where we are today. It was a very serious and strong competition. And about 19, 20 teams. And no team at that level were pushed over. The support of each state to their teams was nothing to write home about. But our own was the highest. We had a field that stays with us from the beginning of the match. We have the principal that stays with us from the beginning of the match. We have so many persons in the state calling on us, the team, that the state is solidly behind the team. I think today we are the happiest man. Their players see us through. I am the happiest man today. And moving forward.
That is Edwin Okon. He's the happiest man. He said this is where the business begins. I quite agree with it. But also, here's also here from the coach of Honey Badgers, Coach Laidi Bashir. These two coaches went down and brought 2 teams up. He spoke about his victory. He was quite bullish about that victory. And this is what he had to say after the game.
Our coach, Laidi Bashir, first of all, congratulations. This is an unprecedented from the top flight to the championship, taking on one of the most difficult jobs in the world. To lead Honey Badgers for the first time in the NWF Premiership. How has the experience been so far?
Well, so far so good. It's never an easy. It's never an easy. It's never easy to a kind of a lot of sacrifices, a lot of endurance. Try to make things better. Getting almost one player on ground, and you have to begin to look left and right. Try to do that. It's never an easy. They're coming to this championship. So find ourselves with that. We say, okay, we play. We take everything the way they come, and all good. When we lost against Kwara ladies, I said, okay, it's okay. That's the only game we are going to lose. So we are going to take winning more. So against Pelican, it was a war.
Okay, that loss against
Of course, Laide Bashiru, he said when they lost to Kwara United, the group stage, he told them that was Kwara ladies. He said that is the only game they were going to lose, and they finally got the ticket for his team. So, good kudos to the 2 teams. Talking about Honey Badgers and of course Ibom Angels. 20 million naira is huge. We hear that the Honey Badgers has set to meet the governor of the state. That talk about Benue State as well.
Yeah, I think it's a culture, and that's why I see. We say that if a team goes out and do well, we expect the
government of the state,
government of the state
to
give them the handshake.
Yeah,
exactly. So it's a good one there, but there's one thing I want to play our gaffers, the coaches of our clubs and teams. Well, let me just not talk about it, but they should just continue putting in good preparations and good performances on the day, because everyone has God, and without God you can't do anything.
Okay, I can't wait to see Honey Badgers for the first ever NWFL season. And of course, Eguavoen just returned back to the big league with Eldin Okon, who's also one-time Super Falcons coach as well. Exactly. Okay, guys, quickly before we go, let's touch down roll. Let's have a quick spin. First thing we can let you know is, of course, that we hear that the NPFL has postponed the game between Economic Warriors and Kwara United for match day 2 fixture. This is because of the flood. Yes, the flood disaster in Borno State. We hear the game has been postponed. Recall that the floods in Borno State have displaced thousands and affected schools and business across the state. Also, we hear that the 20 clubs in the Nigerian Premier Football League has been reminded that all right contract must be vetted by the league before they become operational. So for those who are going to marketing, club marketers, to ensure that the league must vet those things before they go into being. Also for Enugu Rangers, we hear, of course, one of their top player, defensive marshal, Ifeanyi Onyebuchi, he said he's ready for that game against Sagrada Esperanca. They play on Friday, and the first leg of the CAF Challenge. You can see Jay's face right now. Like, oh, so come on. But they played their first leg in the preliminary round of the CAF Champions League final round. He says they are ready, they are willing to go. And of course, quickly before we know, we hear former Bendel Insurance forward Divine Wanchuku. We all know him so well. He was so good for them, especially when they qualified for the Super 6 in Lagos. He has joined Ethiopian Premier League Club, another Exodus. Yeah. He's joined Ethiopian Coffee. We hear he has joined them and he will begin with the new season. Still, we don't know how long the contract will be because it's not stated as well. And of course, one lady too have signed a 2-year deal with Houston. That she joined them in 2021. She has signed a 2-year contract extension with the team in the NWSL in the United States of America. And of course, that man who had a few minutes in the game in Uyo, Rafael Onyedika, we hear also he could be heading to Galatasaray to join the likes of Victor Osimhen. So Raf leaving Club Brugge. We hear, don't forget the Turkish transfer window closes on the 13th. So there's still time for that business to be done as well.
They still have some few days, and today is 11.
11, so 2 days to do that.
Then,
but good thing that our Nigerian players are going away. But my own problem is that Divine Wanchuku. Why do our players keep leaving Nigeria for other leagues in Africa?
That is where I was going. I said good one that they are moving, but the clubs they are going, maybe for reasons you and I don't know. If not for reasons okay, I'm playing abroad. How good are this kind of movement? Is it going to improve you personally, or you feel that going further into your career you are closer to your to your breakthrough? You understand? Maybe playing here they don't see that potential to have a proper breakthrough than stepping a bit abroad and all sorts.
Again, my problem is I'm not against players leaving, but please leave for the right places.
That is the thing.
Ethiopia, we've seen Amas Obasai move out to a team in Africa. So other things to teams in Africa. Now Divine Wanchuku, what a quality player. He's been a fantastic player, and now heading to Ethiopia. Anyway, guys, let's take the first break of the show. When we come back, we head out to the foreign scene. Of course, the Davis Cup is still happening. We hear that there's a row battle between the two owners at Chelsea. We'll talk about that extensively. Chelsea fans, you've got today. Get ready. And of course, Man United, here they reported they lost. Odegaard could be out for as much as 3 weeks. We'll talk about all that on the show. When we come back, let's take a breather, guys. When we come back, Spotlight continues exclusively to Voice of the People, 96.1 of Abuja. Okay, guys, so welcome back to the Bishop, your magistrate, your pilot, your prophet, the professor. None so Renzechi. Okay, if you're joining us, come on, you missed the first part of the show. We looked around everything from the local scene happening in Nigeria. Right now, we're heading out, of course, to the foreign. Before we do so, don't forget, feel free to follow us on our social media handles on Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We're everywhere. Just follow us, okay? And if you're watching live here right now on YouTube, you can watch us live on the show on Voice of the People 96.1 FM. That's our page, Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja. Please like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell, and I'll tell you, voila, when we go live, you join the party. Also, guys, you can also be part of the show. Simple. How can you be part of the show? You can listen to us anywhere in the world as well. Radio Garden app, yes, on your Apple iOS store. Just download the app. Search for Voice of the People 96.1 from Abuja, and for that will be in your speaker. And of course, feel free to join the conversation, okay? Join the show. Let's hear your thoughts on all the issues we discussed so far. Very simple. Send us a WhatsApp message, WhatsApp voice note, WhatsApp call, SMS, or call us on these two numbers, 0808 312 8618. 0808 312 8618. Or you can call on 0700, that is 0700 010 961 961. That is 0700, that is 0700 010 961 961. And voila, you'll be part of the show. Without wasting much time, guys, let's head out to the foreign scene. And of course, they say it's trouble in paradise. That's the question. And that's the big question right now in Chelsea. There's indeed trouble in paradise. And of course, the two owners are in a rift. Yes, a massive rift. We hear that Chelsea's two owners are wanting to buy each other out. Neither wants to sell. I mean, the rift at the heart of the club. In one corner is Todd Bowley, often mischaracterized as the main man and decision maker of the ownership, mainly because he had a very public-facing role when Chelsea were taking over and made outlandish public comment, including the proposal of a Premier League All-Star game. Bowley, who also owns the LA Dodgers baseball team, was first reviewed in the Birmingham report last week to want to buy out his rival at Clear Lake Capital. Despite his front man profile, Bowley is a minority investor and has only a 12.8% stake, the same as allies and fellow billionaire Mark Walter and Hoogborg was, which limits his power to force the issue. In the other hand is Baldrag Bali, who's really the most active and powerful figure at Stamford Bridge and the co-founder of private equity firm Clearcut, the company which owns a majority of 61.5% stake in the club. He's aligned with fellow Clearcut co-founder Jose El Feliciano as powerful figures who are adamant that they don't want to sell and are only looking to increase their stake. They are willing to be patient while in control of Chelsea, while Bowley is believed to want a resolution within the next 2 months. The ownership group thrust together in order to buy Chelsea after sanctions were placed on former owner Roman Abramovich by the UK government because of the Russian invasion of Ukraine is now fractured into two clear camps. The issue with the Bowleys and the Clearcut co-ownership has been suspected in football sector for some time, but now the awkward truth is now laid out there and everybody can see it. These are people who has bought the club for 2.7 billion naira. Yes, 2.7 billion naira.
Pound.
Million dollar, I beg your pardon. Yes, 2.5 billion pounds, I beg your pardon. And I've invested an extra 1.7 billion pounds in spending. Yet, it seems that they want to part ways. They're tired of they seem they don't like each other's faces.
Yeah, I think it's about each other's face, because you want to buy me out.
I want to buy you out. Nobody wants to buy each other out. One says they want it to be done next 2 months. The other one says it can be patient. It says there must be a massive fallout because it's less than a year since they took over as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a fallout per se, and that's probably because all this rift come to be because you see that the club as a whole is running at a loss. You understand?
Yeah.
And one party said, I think if I'm doing this on my own, I will do better. The other party said, if
I do this on my own as well, I want full control as well.
But what I will advise them, if not now, all whom we know, who is on the front line, or who we see on the screen as the owner of Chelsea, is Todd Bowley. But well, this has come to tell us that it's not just only Todd Bowley that bought Chelsea's major stake.
Claire Clark and of course Todd Bowley and his friend. So
exactly. So for the good of the club, because the club still remains.
Can they bury the hatchet? Can they really bury the hatchet?
Yeah. That is where I am going. They just have to bury the hatchet for the good of the club and for the good of their business.
The club is not even doing well at the moment.
Yeah, the club is not doing well, and how would they do well with all this kind of rift behind the scene? If you are very good, bring your business idea. I feel I'm very good as well. I'll bring my business idea. Let's harmonize and see how for the progress of the club. Because if the club is doing well, our bank accounts will be doing well. Our minds we should be smiling. Yeah.
Guys, Chelsea fans, what do you think about this rift? Who do you think? Who are you support? Is it Todd Bowley or the Claire Clark? Talk to us, guys. I want to hear from you, Chelsea fans. Not doing well in the pitch of play, I must tell you. And now to hear that you're both owners talking about the Claire Clark and of course Todd Bowley having a go at each other. Let's hear from you. 0808-312-8613, 0808-312-8618. I beg your pardon. 0808-312-8618. You can also call 0700-010-961-961. Still talking Premier League football, where Man United have reported a net loss of £113.2 million in the year to 30th June. Their latest account shows it follows losses of £28.7 million in 2022-2023, £115.5 million in 2021-2022, and their latest figure takes their loss over to the past 5 years to over £370 million. Despite the result, United are not expected to breach Premier League profit and sustainability rules because not all the spending goes against their calculation, and clubs can claim allowance known as add-backs. So, under Premier League rules, club cannot lose more than £105 million over a 3-year period, and Everton and Nottingham Forest receive point deduction for being in breach. United new financial figures cover a period when they finished 8th in the Premier League and finished bottom of the Champions League group, but won the FA Cup. Okay, so more losses for Chelsea, but the good thing is that 115-28, so they've not broken the rules yet. They'll have to, record the loss again, the same amount of loss next year for it to be serious.
And if I may ask you a question, under the same man, they've had losses back to back in the successive years, and the club and the hierarchy still had faith in the
belief.
They still believe the man who has brought them to these losses that they
Anyway, Jim Ratcliffe bought 27.5% of the club last time out, and he's now in charge of the operations of the club. So maybe his input could help cut out all these losses in the club at the moment.
He's not a very rich man that every Man U fan wanted him to buy the major stake. But then, if he knows how to run football, that's another area we'll have to look at. If he's good at running a football club, then I think Man U will be out of this problem. But if he's not, probably we may be hearing what we are hearing about Chelsea at Manchester United very soon.
Let's now move forward.
We know it's only Jim Ratcliffe.
Yeah, that's in charge of the operation.
Like we know only Todd Bowley before now.
Anyway, guys, Martin Odegaard, side news for Arsenal fans. I must bring this one out.
Very
Olasand, that is the Norway team doctor, said there's probably a fracture to Odegaard's left ankle, which he injured while playing for Norway on Monday, but added that the absence of less than 3 weeks will be just a bonus. So, not too serious according to the doctors, 3 weeks, but for us now, it's a big blow because he will be missing in the North London derby against Tottenham Hotspur. And of course, likely to miss the game against Manchester City on the 22nd. Thursday's Champions League game against Atalanta. He's going to miss that as well. So these are the games he's likely to miss.
I'm afraid for
Atlanta, Manchester City.
I'm afraid for Arsenal.
Don't forget, Declan Rice already suspended.
Yeah.
For that game against Tottenham Hotspur. Mikel Merino also sidelined with a fractured shoulder as well. So the Calafiori is doubtful, but we hear it's likely to feature. So what's this going on?
Because the only options now, because we were talking about this thing, it's already a midfield crisis for us now.
Moreno is out. Declan Rice is suspended. Odegaard is out. He was even holding clutches.
Hold on. Fabio Vieira was loaned out.
Loaned out to Porto.
Emil Smith-Rowe was
sold out.
Who is going to step in Odegaard's shoe? Okay. Well, maybe Ateta will devise another tactics that will not play a creative midfield.
You could play Gabriel Jesus behind the striker, double striker.
No. No.
Okay, guys, let's see how that one pans out. We hear it's 3 weeks. It is How big would this be for Arsenal when they play in the North London derby? Don't forget that's a game every Arsenal fan want to win every season.
The North London
it
derby
is not negotiable for Arsenal fans. They just want to win that game.
It's not a joke.
Absolutely. But we can see how things pan out for Arsenal. And then moving on, now we hear as well that according to Netherlands boss Ronald Koeman, he said he substituted Man United centre back Matthias de Ligt in their 2-2 against Germany only to protect him. Yes, I would have rather kept Matthias on the pitch. It just looks like he's now in a period where all his mistakes are being punished. So he said he didn't move him to punish him, but just to protect him by taking him off. So it's not an injury for Man U fans who are already
thinking it because of injury.
Exactly. It's just to protect the young man.
To protect him from committing more errors. Maybe is he going to take that over to Manchester United? We'll wait to see. We wait to see.
We wait to see how that one passes, right?
Yeah.
And then big win for England yesterday. Harry Kane in his 100th cap, scoring 2 goals, a brace in that encounter, helping his team to a 2-0 win against Finland at the Wembley Stadium. And the certain Angel Gomez was absolutely stunning. What a performance he had for the Three Lions of England.
Very, very fantastic game for the Three Lions and for all the supporters of England, the national team yesterday.
Yeah.
But the talking point is Harry Kane.
Kane is able. 100 games, 68 goals,
and then
bang,
extending his
record,
his goal record, and on his Centurion
appearance.
Centurion appearance is a very fantastic one.
Yeah.
And, I think other upcoming strikers are looking up to what he's doing.
He's an absolute role model, I must tell you.
Yeah. When Rooney stepped into Alan Shearer, now Kane has stepped into Wayne Rooney's shoes, breaking the records that he also created.
Absolutely.
Now it's going to be a tall wall for whoever is next on England's striking rule to enter and break Harry Kane's record.
Okay, guys, let's give you the full result of game played in the Nations League yesterday. We saw Albania losing to Georgia by 1-0. Latvia beat Faroes Island by 1-0. Ireland lost to Greece by 2-0. England beat Finland by 2-0. Czechia beat Ukraine by 3-2. Andorra lost to Malta at home by 1-0. Netherlands played a 2-2 draw with Germany. Hungary and Bosnia and Herzegovina played a goalless draw. And North Macedonia beat Armenia by 2-2-0. In the CONMEBOL, that one is in the one that has Brazil, Argentina. Both of them were in losing feeling yesterday. But Brazil, they suffered their 4th defeat in 5 qualifying games.
I don't understand what's
going on. Brazil don't qualify the World Cup.
I don't understand
for the first time in a very long time.
I don't understand what's going on with Brazil.
4 defeats in 5 games. Were beaten by 1 goal today by Paraguay. And Argentina were beaten 2-1 by Colombia, the team that they beat in the final of the Copa America in their 2026 World Cup qualifier. Come on, it doesn't matter. This one is just a qualifier. Argentina will still top the table. 1 loss is not too bad.
1 loss is not.
But Brazil, 4 losses out of 5.
But I'm becoming scared for what's happening at Brazil.
Vinicius was busy apologizing to the fans. He said, I want to apologize to the fans. I know it's a difficult time, but we just want to improve. This Vinicius talking to Brazilian TV, Global. Vinicius Junior cannot bring his mojo into the Brazilian national team. They are losing games with reckless abandon.
Well, apologize and then take correction. Correct your mistakes in the next game, and then the fans will forget about the.
Now, is Argentina built around the Messi because he was not available? There was no Messi yesterday, and the team capitulated. Is it a Messi? Is there a Messi issue with Argentina?
This goes to show that Messi is still relevant in Argentina.
Okay,
national team in Argentina
in the Albe Celeste.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But then I think it's high time whoever is in charge should start working for Messi's replacement. It may not be an instant replacement or immediate. The player may not have immediate impact. But then good thing they have players who can really step in his absence. Like a certain Julian Alvarez is there. Who can create and who can score, you understand? Argentina has a very good squad, but Absolutely. Then for them to just drop immediately, just one time without Lionel Messi, Calls for question.
Anyway, guys, Mascara, Yersin of Wolves, of Real Vallecano, got the opener. Nicolas Gonzalez equalized for Argentina, but James Rodriguez scoring from the penalty spot to ensure that they win that game by 2-0. For Inter Miami's Diego Gomez was the goal scorer for Paraguay in their 1-0 win against Brazil. So full result, guys, of game played yesterday. We saw Colombia 2, Argentina 1, Ecuador 1, Peru 0, Chile 1, Bolivia 2, Venezuela 0, Uruguay 0. Paraguay beat Brazil by 1 goal to 0 in that encounter. Kane is indeed able. They say Kane is indeed able. And,
man of the century. That is a cap there.
Absolutely. The man is on top form. He's having the best time of his life. Down to the transfer market. Anthony does not want to go to Fenerbahce. Man United wants to offload him. Also, we hear that Trippier doesn't want to go to Turkey, but there are top Super League clubs that are after him. Istanbul Besiktas, Fenerbahce, Besiktas, Ayospor are trying to sign Kylian Trippier.
But why will Newcastle even want to sell Kylian Trippier?
Trippier wants to leave. It's not as if Newcastle wants to sell him. Newcastle are adamant to not sell him. Don't forget they rejected the bid for him. So Newcastle want to keep him, but the boy wants a new lease of life.
What?
After all, don't forget he has dropped down the pecking order and in the right back for Newcastle to a certain Livramento. He's playing second field. And he doesn't want. He's a big boy. He doesn't want to play second level.
He should be playing the first role there. He should be
exactly.
What?
He's part of the national team. Allow young boys to play that. He wants to play club football. He wants to play it regularly.
You say no. And now you are making. Then he should go now. Okay, the club doesn't want to accept it. That's the reality of it.
Yeah.
Movement or transfer of players revolves around three parties.
Yeah, the two clubs and the player. But let's talk about Anthony. I think that's one of the issues before we go to tennis and wrap up the show.
Yep.
Anthony, is there a turnaround? Can there be a turnaround for Anthony? Because it looks like
after two seasons.
It's not just happening. And is Turkey a place where this guy can reignite his career after what we saw with when he was at Ajax Amsterdam in the Dutch Eredivisie?
I'm still surprised that the same Anthony we saw at Ajax Amsterdam.
He just gave us some glitches in the first 3-4 games and then Anthony disappeared.
Did he really give us or was
that one against Arsenal? Don't forget.
Except that one. But if you have to be a superstar, you shouldn't just be a one-game wonder.
It should be a bit of consistency.
Exactly. That consistency that is not there is making the coach to lose faith in him. But I still expect the coach to use the same language he used for him at Ajax. Is still the same guy, the same manager, or is it the teammate that had a problem? Is he talking to them? Should at least let them play to his strength for once. Let's see, or twice. If he failed to adapt, then we know that this guy is beyond. It's beyond repair.
Anyway, guys, a certain Mauricio Pochettino is the coach of the United States. It was announced before the game where United played a 1-0 draw with Canada, played a goalless draw with Mexico. Now to tennis, we hear that Dan Evans ensured that Great Britain quest to reach the Davis Cup knockout stage started strongly with a hard-fought victory in the opening tie against Finland as Jack Draper was rested. Evans was 34-1-7-6-6-2 against 103 ranked Eguavoen to put the host nation 1-0 ahead in the best of 3 Group D tie in Manchester on Wednesday. We hear British number 1 Draper sat out the opening tie following his exploit in reaching the last 4 of the New York last week. We had a Draper not included. The late bloomer Bilhari was handed the Davis Cup debut in the second match of the tie, knowing he could secure victory for the Britain. Britain are in Group D. We hear in the 4-nation round robin that secure a place for the Davis Cup final later this year in Malaga. Also, we told you about Draper being left out of the Great Britain opening game. He's going to be recovering fully. And then finally, in Formula 1, we hear that engine manufacturer Honda and Alpine have both committed a procedural breach of Formula 1 cost gap regulations, says governing body FIA. Honda is the partner of the world champions Red Bull, while Alpine is the supplier of the Renault's own team of the same name. A statement from the FIA did not detail the specifics of the breach, which took place in 2023. Okay, guys, this is how much you can take on the show, guys. Come on, the quickest 1 hour in sport entertainment. But Jay, always a pleasure to do this with you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, keep talking sport, keep living sport. Sport is life but meaningless without sport. Okay, I remain your one and only your bishop, your magistrate, your pilot, your prophet, the professor. None so Rinsechi. Have a wonderful evening from me and Mr. Joe. We say we're done and we're gone. God bless, no stress. Bye.